Karen Self and the second-ranked Sentinels look to get back on track. Tonight they're on home floor taking on Marcos and Niza. It's a Desert Sky showdown right here from John J. McMahon Gym live on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Paplano alongside the doctor, Adam Perry, and a very rare occasion. The Sentinels coming off a very hard-fought loss last night in Mesquite. 40-37 still, Adam. So much to play for. 3 games left. And right now they're playing for playoff position.
Absolutely, and last night overall just wasn't a Sentinel night. The boys lost by only 1 point as well, and you know, to only lose by 4 points between two teams is just remarkable, and that just goes to show you how close both of these teams are to putting everything together and really making a good run.
Ladies, coming in tonight, a little banged up. Reagan Gregson, Sophie Morales will not get the start against Marcos. Inserted in the lineup, Jaden Herrera and Lexi Walper, and it's all about opportunity for those two. Absolutely,
and you know, when the door opens, you can always make the choice to walk through. We'll see what those ladies do here tonight.
Sentinels coming in with a record of 17-6, 6-1, tied for first in the ever so tough Desert Sky. They take on a Marcos team that has struggled, a record of 2-19 overall, 0-7 in Desert Sky play. But for Coach Karen Self and the Sentinels, it's all about their execution.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter who they play. All that matters is how they execute on that court.
And for Karen Self and the Sentinels, dating back to the 2013-2014 season, going back on the Max Prep calendars, the Sentinels have won 19 straight against Marcos and Niza. We'll have the starting lineups and more coming up right here, live from John J. McMahon Gym on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym. We're closing in on Friday Night Hoops. The second-ranked Sentinels, according to the AIA, and right now the Sentinels are ranked 6th in the Open Division. Had a chance to talk to Karen Self about that, and she says, you know what, I'm not even focused on rankings or any of that because we have 3 games left and none of that matters. It's about getting healthy. Doc, and tonight, no Sophie Morales, the engine behind the offensive unit for the Sentinels. No Reagan Gregson, so as we mentioned, Jaden Herrera, Lexi Walper, they'll get an opportunity, and for the rest of the Sentinels, it's about stepping up and making sure that the engine is at full throttle regardless.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, the Sentinels are still kind of reintroducing Caitlin Benally back to the roster, which is a huge addition, but I mean, with 2 more players off the roster for the Sentinels tonight, they definitely have some adversity to face here, and You know, you have Benally, you have DiPuccio, you have Camila Gallardo, and that's it from your starting 5 that you're used to seeing. Obviously, Walper and Herrera are going to have to step up big time here tonight.
So we look at the Sentinels, who you can count on for the scoring punch. Carmelo Gallardo leads the team with 15 points tonight. Mia DiPuccio with 10. No Sophie, she also knocks in 10. And Caitlin Benally, what a force she is down in the blocks. I mean, she puts up 9 points with almost 9 rebounds a night. She's almost a double-double machine, and you get that kind of factor down in the blocks, and that is so paramount to be able to control the paint on any given night.
Yeah, she's an absolute paint controller, offensively and defensively, and she's just a centerpiece to this Sentinel squad.
So the Sentinels did lose at Mesquite last night, 40-37. They were outscored 10-7 in the final frame. I had the opportunity to talk to Karen Self about that. She said it was a very physical game, and she said that the team really didn't match Mesquite's physicality, and they had some opportunities, and they just could not connect on the shot. So in the loss, Reagan Gregston, Sophie Morales, who the other night we saw that in the win over Saguaro, she rolled her ankle. She was a little gimpy in last night's action, so she's getting the night off, and it's very rare to see Sophie Morales decked out, skirt, sweatshirt, kind of in schoolwear.
Yeah.
We're going to take a moment for the school announcements and the national anthem right here. Keep it locked and loaded on the Seton Catholic Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we begin our contest with a prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, dear Lord, thank you for the many opportunities you have given us. Thank you for this time together in the spirit of competition. We help these athletes and officials perform to the best of their abilities and keep them free from injury. St. Elizabeth Seton, pray for us. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Pleasure to be standing for the playing of our national anthem.
And we welcome you back to courtside, where we are moments away from tipping off the Padres and the Sentinels. Your referees for tonight's contest, Greg Gutierrez and Doug Walters. They've been working together all season long. And Doc, we had a moment of levity with Coach Karen Self just a short time ago. And Karen Self is, look, one of the most easygoing, toughest competitors, wants to win, greatest coaches you find in the state of Arizona on the prep circuit. But just a short time ago, she came over, spun the basketball on her finger, and then juggled 3 basketballs effortlessly.
Yeah, and I mean, what a legend she is. Just an absolute one-of-a-kind treasure to this school, and she'll definitely be remembered for a long time, Joe.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that at some point she can show her juggling skills on a live stream. Because I gotta tell you, I mean, that was like Tom Hanks circus level perfection.
Yeah. She might be our halftime show one of these games.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
I mean, she just absolutely crushed it. So the starting lineups for the Sentinels: Mia DiPuccio, Lexi Walper, Jane Herrera, Carmela Gallardo, and Caitlin Benally. On the other side, for Marcos, number 1, Abigail Cooper, Layla Rodriguez, number 11, Yulissa Morales, number 15, Evelyn Brissino, and number 32, Christina Sanda. So here we go. Sentinels, as we mentioned, since the 2013-2014 season, have won 19 in a row against Marcos, and they win the tip immediately, and Lexi Walper will stop, pop, and knock it down, or
almost. Yeah.
Too early on the call. Now it's Carmela from the outside, and Carmela misses, and Marcos will get an opportunity offensively. Marcos, as we mentioned, struggling, losing 16 in a row, coming in with a record of 2-19, 0-7 in the Desert Sky. Hard-working kids from Guadalupe. And that's going to be a travel call, and that's exactly what the call is. So, live time against Marcos, Karen Self, and this is pretty much across the board to a lot of teams, Doc. 22-1 against Marcos.
Wow. Tremendous record against this Marcos Niza squad. And the long ball is no good.
Herrera misses from deep. Walper down in the blocks. DiPuccio swings it out to Herrera. Carmela to Benally. Herrera, 23 on the shot clock. Benally. Opportunity, little elbow, won't go. DiPuccio comes up with it. Carmela into the lane. Benelli inside, and one for Jaden Herrera. And that puts a smile on her face, and the foul call goes against Abigail Cooper. So good ball movement on that, Doc, and worked it around the floor, and Jaden, point blank, good look.
Yeah, Herrera was good from right there, and that was great ball movement from the Sentinels on that possession. Hopefully we see more of that.
Sentinels won the first matchup this year, 68-14. Carmela Gallardo with a game-high 21. DiPuccio, Morales, and Tracy Niza with 10 apiece. Carmela off the steal, up and in. And as we've talked about, Doc, if you can't inbounds and you can't handle the press, you got absolutely no chance against Seton.
No. And they're going to try and expose whoever they can with this strategy because, I mean, it's so effective. If you don't have good fundamentals and you can't take care of the basketball, you're not even going to get in shooting range.
Carmela gliding up the floor. Carmela inside, Benally knocks it in. And that was just a great display of the Sentinels running up the floor and transition offense. And you can see Karen Self right to our right. She's just demanding the team, playing high impact defense. And Lexi Walper, she's kind of walking her through the defensive schemes a little bit. And you know, Lexi Walper, a starter on the softball team, getting her opportunity to start tonight. And sometimes, Doc, we've all been in the situation. You're watching the game from the pine. You're like, oh, I can do this, I can do it. And then you step in, and all of a sudden the game moves a little faster, and you have to think a little quicker.
Yeah, maybe.
And Lexi
I don't
Walper.
have that occur to me, though.
Yeah.
I'm always ready, Joe.
I know you are. DiPuccio and could not connect underneath. Marcos. Taken away. Herrera. Jaden will go to the line. So good pressing defense by the Sentinels. They're off to a 7-0 start. So glad you can join us on a Friday night from Seton Catholic, right off Ray and Dobson Road, the heart of Chandler. And Herrera knocks down the first. Jaden, a 63% free throw shooter. Young lady in her senior year. And always has a smile on her face. Just like her sister, Jordan, who played in the team last year. And Jordan, if you're watching, Doc, she made, and that's a violation against Marcos. Jordan Herrera would make the best chocolate cake.
Really?
Yeah, and she'd bring it here, and
Wow, that's a treat.
yeah, nothing like great chocolate cake. That
No.
and a glass of milk. And Doc, by the way, today, my daughter somehow finagled my wife. There wasn't one. There wasn't two. There was like 6 different boxes of Girl Scout cookies
Oh my
at the
goodness.
house today.
Wow.
You name it, tagalongs, the Thin Mints,
Thin Mints, man.
the Samoas.
Yeah.
And Niza say, I'm dabbling in a buffet of sweets. But you know what we didn't have in the house?
What?
Leche. No milk whatsoever.
Oh,
And you can't have cake
No,
or
that's tough.
cookies without milk.
No.
You know.
No.
And then afterwards, you know, because I'm eating so many,
Yeah.
my daughter, well, my wife tells my daughter to hide them from me. And I'm like, I go back and I'm like, come on, Kay, where are the cookies at?
Yeah.
Top of the refrigerator. And I'm reaching up, there's like 6 boxes up there, and I grab one more cookie.
Yeah.
But a smorgasbord. I don't know how my daughter convinced my wife.
Yeah.
It was like every different kind of Girl Scout, and those things are like, I mean, they're so sinful, right? You have
Yeah.
one, you're going to end up eating 5 or
You
6.
can't stop, no.
Oh, they're so good. And I bought a box from a buddy at work as well. Another box of Thin Mints.
Yeah.
9-0.
So you're stocking
Sentinels.
up. You're stocking up.
Yes,
Joe, for
I
the
am.
spring. Very
I
nice.
am. Benally swings it over. Carmella, almost a catch and shoot situation. Jaden tried to knock it inside. Marcos takes it away. Coming up the other way. Abigail Cooper. And that mad scramble on the court. Marcos tries to bank it off the glass. Shots no good. DiPuccio, Carmella down the court. Jaden Herrera. And Jaden will go to the line yet again. And you know, I want to see Lexi Walper score.
Yeah, me too.
I do, because Lexi is a hard-working kid. And, you know, when you finally get your time for Karen Self's basketball team, you've earned your minutes, because this is one of the hardest working kids and teams throughout the state. And this starts in the summer, Doc. They're in the weight room. They're hitting the weights. They're playing in summer tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
They're working nonstop. And Jaden Herrera off to a fast start. 11-0 Seton lead. And they apply the pressure. Carmella opportunity and misses. And Lexi gets blocked. And I was hoping that would be the moment, Doc, that Lexi would be able to go up strong. And then Lexi gets it right back. To Jaden Herrera. How about DiPuccio getting up big, right?
Showing some athleticism down low.
Mia swings it back out. Carmella top of the key. Carmella.
Too much space.
Boom. Carmella with 5. 14-0. Sentinels off to a fast start here from John J. McMahon Gym. Shot is up, and that is put in. Underneath. Basket. Scored by the Padres. Give credit where credit is due. And back the other way, it's Caitlin Benally.
Make that DiPuccio. And both of the large guards have been working hard so far here today.
So DiPuccio on the basket, and on the other side, Alana Carbajal with the basket for Marcos. Once again, Sentinels transition offense. And Lexi Walper.
She earns one.
Lex. Way to go, Lex. And Lex will go to the line. And this is a good opportunity for the Sentinels to get healthy.
Yeah.
We see Sophie Morales not playing. Reagan Grigston's also not playing as Lexi misses the free throw. It's going back the other way, 18-2.
Yeah, and you know, this is a great night for that. And I'm sure that was a part of the decision to let them rest today.
Yeah. Well,
because why not? You know, let's get healthy. And
yeah, Karen Self talked about that. We had a conversation, as we do before every game. She said, look, we're about to play some tough games next week where we've got the playoffs right around the corner. We're not going to take any chances. Caitlin Benally down the floor, gets taken away. And Carmella, the big swat, and puts it in. Carmella now with 7 points. 20-2, the Sentinels off to a quick start. And a travel call against Marcos. 2:35 left in the first. Karen Self, who played at Arizona State. 12 state titles to her credit, over 800 wins. Long ball from Carmella, and she's stroking. She's got 10 first quarter points. It's a 21-point lead for the Sentinels. And in case you're wondering, out there in streaming world, as soon as it reaches 40 points, it becomes a running clock.
Yes.
As we mentioned earlier, the Sentinels won the first matchup 68-14. Benally with the steal. Shoots it to DiPuccio. DiPuccio going strong and in. Sentinels continue to cruise. 25-2. Applying non-stop pressure. DiPuccio feeds Jaden Herrera. Out to Carmella. Catch and shoot. Knocks it down.
Wow.
And Carmella now with 13 first quarter points.
She's locked in here tonight.
She averages 15 and leads the Sentinels on the year in that category. And we saw her just last week against Arcadia, Doc. And
Yeah.
she put up 29.
Yep.
She was like at the carnival, at the shooting gallery, just knocking down ducks from long range. Marcos trying to get in the lane. Good defense by Mella. Down court. Taken away by Carbajal. Carbajal shoots it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez taken away by Benally. Caitlin over to Mella. Mella, good handles up the floor. Walper quickly to Jaden Herrera. And Jaden up and in.
What a night she's having. Really establishing herself as a presence down low, and I mean, it's paying off.
Jaden with 8 first quarter points. Sentinels really coming out fast, and you know, this is what you want to see if you're Karen Self, as Mella going the other way, lays it in. Good transition offense. Mella, 15 first quarter points. And Marcos with another turnover. Herrera up the floor, down the other way, and that's going to be thrown away. Not too many mistakes so far made by the Sentinels in this first period, and that was one of them right there.
Yep.
But sometimes when you've jumped down to a 30-point lead, you kind of laugh those off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Marcos will play for last shot. There's no sense of urgency, and the shot is thrown up and knocked down at the buzzer. Layla Rodriguez, bang.
How about it?
How about Layla Rodriguez at the buzzer?
And, you know, that's the best way that quarter could have ended for Marcos and Niza there, but not a whole lot of positives for them outside of that right there, as they head into the second quarter trailing 27 points, 32-5.
And
Sentinels lead at home.
Doc, we knew there'd be no Sophie Morales. We knew there'd be no Reagan Gregson, and balanced scoring. And it's easy to talk about Carmella with her 15 first quarter points. Okay,
Yeah.
we see this a lot from Carmella, but how about Jaden Herrera with 8 first quarter points and being a force down low?
Yeah, absolutely. Impactful plays from everyone on the court so far.
We've seen Mia DiPuccio with 4 points. Lexi Walper getting in the scoring column with a deuce, and Caitlin Benally with 2 as well. So Karen Self talking to her team right now, and so much to play for the team. Next Monday, they'll host St. Mary's, and then Wednesday, a trip to Arcadia to close out the regular season. Then there's the playoff seedings. As of now, the Sentinels are ranked 2nd in 4A. South Point Catholic is number 1. Mesquite is number 3. Seton ranked currently 6th in the open division. And I had a conversation with Karen Self about that, about the open division. She's like, wow, everyone goes to the open division. I'm like, no, Karen, not everyone does. She was saying, of course, facetiously. But she understands that seedings are so important. But once again, I really believe that, and that's just some great pinpoint passing as DiPuccio from Carmella.
That's high level right there.
High level in a big way. Is that, Doc, they should really have the 4A, 5A, 6A, 3A all decided. They play those tournaments out, then you have your open tournament at the very end of the season.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and the reason why I say that, these girls and the boys work so hard, you know, just because someone didn't make they lost in the, what if you make it all the way to the open finals, and that is knocked in. Good shot by Santa Cruz, Haley Santa Cruz with a bucket. Just because you're a 6A team and you lose in the open finals, right? So that's how your season ends?
Yeah,
I mean,
unfortunate.
you should have the opportunity to compete for the 6A title, and then you can have the ultimate opportunity to say you're the best team in the state by winning the open division.
I agree. And how about Herrera? She continues to add to her great night. 2 more tough points right around the basket.
She's got 10, 38-7. Carmella, another steal.
And she's working so hard on defense.
Carmella just continuing. She's got 19. The lead is 33. It becomes a running clock at 40 points. And Haley Santa Cruz, good to see her on the court. She was being worked on before, nursing a little bit of a foot injury. She's out there laboring and giving it her best for her team. So Carmella with 21 points, 42-7, 35-point lead. Timeout on the floor, 5:59 left in the second. Reagan Gregston not playing. Sophie Morales not playing. And maybe at halftime we'll talk to both those young ladies and get their perspectives on tonight and their health status and the games next week. And you can see, courtesy of Paulo Hutchinson and his 1,000 cameras at John J. McMahon Gym. That is Reagan Gregston in the blue, and Sophie, who is decked out in the skirt and the gray sweatshirt. So once again, Paulo Hutchinson's got cameras all over the place.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. He's a man of many lenses, many viewpoints, and making it happen oh so well here at John J. McMahon Gym. 35-point lead for the Sentinels. Under 6 minutes left. Carmella putting a lot of pressure on Abigail Cooper. And we can hear our good friend Karen Self on the foul on Carmella. The ref said foul on 5, and Karen corrected him saying, look, we only have a 1 in 5, and that's Carmella. We have no 5 on the team. So a moment of levity in the course of this one from the great one, Karen Self. Karen, of course, back east, has a lot of family in New Jersey. So hello to all the family back east. That one's knocked off the glass, loose ball. Also getting some PT right now, an opportunity. Esmelda Lanigan on the floor. And we want to see Esmelda and Tracy Niza get in the scoring column tonight. Stasia Bentley gets it in. Caitlin Benally takes it away. Carmella running the point and doing a great job, by the way. You can tell, you know, we're so used to seeing her play the number 2, but you can tell she's got the handles and the quickness, and that shot is up, and Benally goes up and in. That Carmella can handle the point with ease.
Yeah, she's so comfortable at the point, and it looks like second nature to her.
A 37-point lead, and we're getting to that point. Mella up and in. Her great night continues. She now has 23. So regardless of the score, you want to give a lot of credit to these girls from Marcos. They come in here, they're battling, they're working hard, and they're giving it everything they've got. And I have tremendous respect for these young ladies.
Yeah.
The score is not indicative of the hard work and everything that they put in. They're learning. A lot of these kids, sometimes first time playing basketball, right?
Yeah.
And they're out here giving it their best, and win, lose, or draw, they're learning that this is just one of many battles they'll face in life. Not just, this is the easiest one of all, Doc. I mean, going out to a basketball game and coming up on the wrong end of the scoreboard, that's going to be one of the easier things they'll face in their lives. And if they can learn the meaning of discipline, determination, the highs and lows of the sport, that's going to help them in everything they do.
Yep.
Tracy Niza off the mark. Niza goes back up, and Tracy Niza
She's in.
And now it should be a running clock. 41-point lead for the Sentinels. Carmela picks it up. Carmela putting on the Jets, racing up the floor, down the floor. Herrera knocks it in. 50-7. And we are in a running clock situation. Niza, shot is up, and that's put up. Layla Rodriguez. 50-9, Sentinels. And by no means, I hope that a lot of the people that are watching, Jaden again. The Sentinels by no means are trying to run up the scoreboard. It's just a product of, right now, Karen Self has two of her starters that have not even played in this game, and she's utilizing her bench. DiPuccio down the lane and will go to the line. So the Sentinels with the #2 ranking, they're 6 in the open division, Doc, and still so much basketball left for them to play. And we'll kind of glance at their schedule next week. They take on Monday, they'll have St. Mary's right here. And then, of course, they'll close out the season against Arcadia. So an opportunity for the Sentinels to finish strong, and then eventually the playoff seedings will start, and then the Sentinels will know their fate. So I stand corrected. The running clock, Doc, is with a 40-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
So that's good to know. And
yeah.
Now another opportunity for Autumn Chapman, also in the game. Autumn, #2. She'll have a moment, trapped down in the blocks. Traveling call, and Autumn is a sophomore guard, 5'4". Young lady, you can see her coming up, passing midcourt. And she's going to get an opportunity to go out there and battle, as well as Sophia McDonald, #12, right to the right of us on the court. So a lot of fresh faces getting an opportunity. Rodriguez fires it up. Ripped down by Sophia McDonald. Herrera swings it over. Tracy Niza. Lexi Walper. How about Lexi Walper, long range?
Splash.
Great job by Lexi. Lex with the flex from the corner. She's got 4 points. And Doc, you know, anytime you score that first bucket, you're locked in, right?
Yeah. She is definitely feeling the competitive vibes of the game right now, and you know, good for her. She's locked in for sure.
Caitlin Benally checking back in. Tracy Niza checking out. I think the message of this one, get everyone ample time, get everyone in the scoring column, and just get out of this one with any kind of bumps and bruises. And it's going the other way. Sentinels will have the opportunity to rest up this weekend. Gregston Morales, the opportunity to heal up, binge watch whatever Netflix shows they're into, whether that be Stranger Days or the first season of Wednesday, which was fantastic, by the way. Jaden Herrera. Jaden's having a great night. She's got 16 points. On the other side, Abigail Cooper getting locked up. Loose ball, almost taken away. Lexi Walper with the ball pressure goes out of bounds. 1:03 left in the first half. Sentinels in total control. 59-9. And Jane Herrera draws the foul. Not that foul trouble is going to be any kind of problem in this one for the Sentinels.
Not with the 50-point lead.
They're just focused on good execution. See Caitlin Benally down in the blocks, and she's got a smile on her face. And
yeah,
I'm just glad Caitlin's healthy. The Sentinels need that physical presence down in the blocks. Abigail Cooper swings it the other way. And Herrera picks up her second foul. Going to the line with an opportunity is Stasia Bentley. 51 seconds left in the half. And Bentley connects on the first. Bentley, a sophomore, 5'6". Big time concentration. That one a little too strong off the glass. Chapman swings it over. Chapman, Walper, Bentley, swung over. Sophia McDonald, Walper. Autumn Chapman, elbow. Oh, almost went in.
Almost.
Loose ball picked up by Marcos. Layla Rodriguez. Marcos will have the opportunity to play for the final shot. That one's off the front of the iron, and Stasia Bentley. Make that Stasia Brantley. Apologize. Walper splitting a couple defenders. Swings it over to Benally. Sentinels will play for the final shot. Shot from the outside. Does not get the roll. Niza shoots it out. McDonald. And Marcos tightens up on defense, and that is how the first half's going to end. Sentinels with a commanding 59-10 lead. And Doc, a really strong performance by Carmela. She's got 23 first half points. Jane Herrera with 16. So the law firm of Gallardo and Herrera laying down the law, 23 and 16 points respectively. And basically, Doc, they did what they had to do in this one, come out and take control early and give a lot of young faces the opportunity to get some playing time.
Yep. And, you know, they did just that. They've executed their game plan thus forth, and I don't see things, you know, going off course for them here tonight. Everything is going the Sentinels' way here so far tonight, and I mean, they've done a great job, as you mentioned, of, spreading the love to, some of their younger faces on the court. And that's just great to see. All these games, they add up, they tally up, and all this experience is really going to propel those younger players into becoming better versions of themselves.
So we'll take a short time out. Right now, you can see on the floor, Sophie Morales having some fun with Esmeralda Lanigan. Reagan Gregston also watching. And I'm going to see if I can get Reagan and Sophie to come over and talk about their health status and the final stretch of the season. Keep it locked and loaded right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym. Joining me, not in game wear, but school wear, is Reagan Gregston, taking the night off. And Reagan, I know last night was a very hard physical game against Mesquite. Came up short in the scoreboard. Karen Self told me the game was very physical, one of those kind of bumps and bruises kind of game. You came up a little banged up. Your thoughts of just trying to heal up a little bit after last night's game?
Yeah, we're just trying to take all precautions before we start playoffs. Just heal our bodies before we have to go 100% with no breaks. And after this next week, we have no time to take off and rest, and we have to go 100% practice and 100% games to get as far through the season as we can.
So the bottom line, they need you at 150% max effort and max health.
Yeah.
So got to get you ready. So that being said, you're watching this one tonight, and you're seeing some youngsters get an opportunity. Jane Herrera, 16 first half points. We're also seeing Tracy Niza getting some time, as well as some other fresh faces. How great is it to see some of your teammates that maybe don't get as much playing time in the course of those heated games that need the starting five to be on the floor to get some PT and make some memories out on the floor?
Yeah, it's great watching them and seeing how much they've developed throughout the season. Them at the beginning of season versus now, there's such an improvement, and it's so great to see them and see how much they've grown as players, and just see them out there laughing and having a blast out, and just playing with their whole hearts and just giving it all. And they've improved so much. It's very impressive how much better they gotten and how much work and time they put in. And they're always in the gym as much as we are, and they're still, even though they're not getting the same minutes as us, they're the same amount committed we are. You talk about that, and that can be said for whoever steps into Karen Self's program, where they come in as a freshman to where they are as a junior. And I say that for you. And your journey of basketball hasn't been an easy one. You've suffered numerous injuries, but here you are. And I'm starting to feel, and I felt like this maybe probably 3 weeks ago. I think, Reagan, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're really starting to believe in the physicality of your body, where you can do things, whereas maybe last year you were maybe didn't trust your knees or your body to fully cooperate. But I think right now, safe to say, you're leaving it all out there. You're going 150%. I see you diving for loose balls. Do you feel more confident in your overall health to allow you to be full throttle on the court? Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more confident in my not only my skill, but my body, and just throughout practice and reps, and just getting in the court, on the court, and just getting all these reps in have just made me feel a lot more confident of being able to trust my body and trust that my team will have me even if I do fall or if I do make a mistake, that they'll help pick up and make up for it. And just having everyone support me, my family and my teammates, my coaches just always supporting me and saying you'll get the next one, you got the next one, and just really help pushing me even in practice, pushing me in the weight room, pushing me on the court, just so I get to the point where I can fully trust my body. It's been really helpful.
And that's great. Anytime you've got teammates or coaches or even your fellow classmates in the class saying, hey, great job, I got your back, it just inspires and uplifts you and gives you the extra boost of energy to help you get through that next game or next practice and know even better things are to come. So next week you've got St. Mary's in Arcadia. St. Mary's here, It's going to be Breast Cancer Awareness Night, and then ending the road, the season on the road against Arcadia. Your thoughts of first Monday, senior night?
Yeah.
For the seniors here, like Jaden Herrera, just to name a few. And then, of course, ending at Arcadia. A couple games next week in the Desert Sky. And your thoughts of those final 2 regular season games?
I'm super excited for senior night. It's always a blast to celebrate our seniors. It's super memorable, and we always have a fun time before the game and celebrating everyone after the game, and just thanking them for their time that they put in on the court and for this team. It's just always fun, and it's always fun to play a away game. St. Mary's or Arcadia is always fun to play. Tiana, she's a very tough competitor, and she's very skilled, so it's going to be a good game and fun play. Yeah,
Tiana Knighton is a fantastic, dynamic basketball player. Arcadia is not having a good year. Tiana Knighton is one to watch in that team. She's one of the best players, not just in 4A, but in the state as well. That being said, you get through those 2 games, then the playoffs start, and that's when the season really starts for this team. Your thoughts of the level of intensity and the focus this team's going to have to pick up to ratchet up another level when you get to the postseason?
Yeah, for the playoffs, we're definitely going to have to just always pick it up in practice, so we can always find somewhere that we need to improve, finishing through contact, playing without fouls, and playing discipline. Just our struggles that have continued throughout the season are always something that we need to work on, especially for playoffs, because that's when you'll get exposed for your weaknesses, and that's where we need to expose other teams on their weaknesses and on things that they don't focus on or take serious. And so definitely just pushing in practice and everyone pushing each other, and just no light days,
And Reagan, it is the most exciting time of the year, right?
It is, yeah.
Because every game, it's basically win or go home.
Yeah, it's win or go home. It's exciting. It's a lot of adrenaline. It's a lot of fun.
There you go. That is Reagan Gregston. She is not healthy tonight, but she'll be back on the floor next week. Reagan, get healthy, enjoy the weekend, and great to have you right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. That is Reagan Gregston. We're going to see if we can grab Sophie Morales, if she's somewhere. If Reagan could track her down for me. Keep it locked and loaded. Sophie's in the building somewhere, and we'll have her here shortly. And we welcome you back courtside with the engine that is Sophie Morales. Not in game wear, but in school wear.
Yeah.
And Sophie, what is it like, to actually be a spectator, to see some of your other teammates who usually don't get a lot of playing time to go out there and perform and deliver and have some fun on the court?
Yeah, it's definitely a different perspective, and it's awesome to see, how hard, how hard they work in practice, and to see it translate on the court. And it's great for them. See Jaden scoring a lot, and Lexi. Both good friends of mine. So I know how hard they work, and it's just rewarding. It's good to see for them.
Sometimes they say a loss comes at a very good time of the season.
Yeah.
So last night, a hard-fought loss at Mesquite, 40-37. You were outscored 10-7 in the fourth. But
yeah,
is that kind of a game that, when you kind of reflect on going forward, maybe it came at a good time to reflect and refocus the team for the final stretch and for the playoffs?
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what Coach Shelf was saying. Kind of something like where we needed this loss. Like defensively and offensively, we didn't play our best, and we might have been, a little not our best on both sides. So it's definitely something we can look back at, and use as motivation to play better, to get ready for playoffs.
For you personally, you rolled your ankle in the loss against Saguaro. You gutted it out last night against Mesquite. No question, you weren't 100%.
Yeah.
How are you feeling as you head toward the weekend and as you get ready for St. Mary's on Monday?
Good. I saw the doctor today, and nothing wrong with it. I just irritated it. But it's part of the game. So you got to play through these injuries, no matter what it is, especially during playoffs. But I'm ready. Yeah.
There you go. Of course you'll be ready. And that being said, you got St. Mary's, then Arcadia. Two teams you beat the first time around. Of course, You can never say that it's automatic, but you know, I know that the team will be focused and ready for those games. And then the playoffs start, the real season for this team. And Sophie, how much does the intensity and focus for this squad have to take another level so ultimately you can achieve the preseason goals that this team has set for itself?
Yeah, you know, the intensity in practice and our intentions have to be 10 times harder. Just, you know, these teams, they've been practicing hard all year, just like us. And, you know, they've been preparing, so have us. But we just got to make that extra jump to win the game and make it further.
There you go. And since we are on Friday, what are the plans for the weekend? When Sophie Morales is not studying chemistry, and when you're not on the basketball court, what does Sophie Morales do to unwind?
Studying for Miss Peterson's honors algebra 2 class.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a lot of homework. I got more chem.
Yeah.
The math, and then I was just pretty much full of studying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is ultimately academically in college? What are you hoping to study, Sophie?
My mom's a dentist, so I'm hoping to be an orthodontist.
Wow.
Yeah. So biochem for my major. But yeah, a lot of school ahead of me.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be worth it, I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sophie Morales joining us right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. The young lady who is the engine behind this offense, puts up 10, 4, and 6. Just great numbers, and one day she's going to be making smiles across the valley, creating beautiful smiles with her great orthodontic work for all those youngsters and all those great adults out there.
Yeah.
Right, Sophie?
Yep.
That is Sophie Morales. Sophie, always good to see you get healthy, kid, okay?
Thank you, appreciate
And
it.
now the perfect assist. We're going to dish from Sophie to the doctor. And no one dishes better than Sophie Morales. And
Yeah.
we're going to see if we can make this happen as we go on the other side. And Jaden Herrera misses underneath. And the doctor, Adam Perry, now joins me for the second half as that shot is long. But Marcos will continue to have possession. And I think, Doc, the clock is running.
Clock is running, yes.
So it is a second half, a 40-point rule that you have the running clock.
And, you know, I think that's the right call because the victor of this game has, you know, long since been decided. And, I mean, what's the point of dragging it out? If neither team is really going to benefit from it, you don't want to crush the opposing ego too bad. And you just want to be able to take some positives and negatives away from the game, and you don't want to let anything get way too out of hand.
Absolutely. I mean, it's also about safety and everything else. And I remember one time, Doc, I was a sportscaster back in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I saw one team, they're up big, obviously more skill than the opposing team, and they were purposely fouling so they could reach 100 points. And I got to tell you, it was some of the worst sportsmanship I've ever seen.
That's terrible.
In my life. Yeah, it was just awful. Jaden Herrera. Jaden. And a timeout on the floor. And I think Karen Self has pretty much told her team to shut down the offense, and she's having a word of wisdom with her squad as they have this final 4 minutes and 35 seconds. So we had a chance to talk to Sophie Morales, who's in good spirits. Sophie told me that her mom's a dentist, and one day she wants to be an orthodontist.
Very nice.
Yeah, and if you've never had a chance to speak to Sophie Morales, one of the most charming young ladies on this campus, just a beautiful soul, great smile, and a fantastic basketball player. I mean,
she's an athlete.
She's putting up 10 points, 4 rebounds, by the way, and 6 assists.
She's a hustler, to put it simply.
Yeah, and she is going to make some college coach out there, doesn't matter the level, very happy.
So happy.
Because she can handle it, she can distribute it, she plays defense, she can knock down a 3, and not to mention, she's going to have the ability to fix teeth, and that's an added bonus.
Yeah.
Shot is up by Marcos. Benally with the rip. Carmela will slow it down, crossing half court. Carmela in the corner. Jane Herrera, other side. Lexi Walper, almost a catch and shoot situation. Haley Santa Cruz playing some tight defense out in the perimeter. Mella puts on the court. Walper from three. Lexi Walper
is good.
Knocks down the triple.
How about
She's
it?
got 7 points.
Yeah. She's finding her groove from behind the arc.
Karen Self giving me the big thumbs up after that shot. And that's what you love to see. I mean, and after the game, keep it right here for the post-game report. And we're going to talk to Jane Herrera. We're going to talk to Lexi Walper.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to talk to the Sentinels after tonight's contest, because that is how we roll right here from John J. McMahon Gym. Sentinels up 50, cruising along. Student Bonnie, here in spirit. Not here in person, but they're here collectively in spirit.
Yes.
And they're probably somewhere watching this live stream and celebrating in some shape or form with Freddie the Flamingo. Even though Freddie's going to make an appearance here, as he always does. How about DiPuccio firing up the 15-footer? Off the back of the rim. Mia's mom is here, Rebecca, as always. Her dad, Adam, is usually here as well. He must be busy. Adam, once again, for all those Seton fans out there, Adam DiPuccio played college football at Bowling Green and for the Cincinnati Bearcats. So
not Ohio State.
Yeah, not Ohio State.
Okay.
So he's from that Ohio area, and something tells me Adam, back in the day, he suffered numerous cold winters.
Oh.
And Doc, look, I've suffered numerous cold winters back in the day in New York, but I was a kid.
Yeah.
And look, when you're playing in snow and you're sledding and playing football, you're not thinking
not
of
concerned.
it, right?
Yeah.
Nah, you're a kid. You don't know any better.
Yeah.
But Doc, right now, I'm going to be point blank honest. I can't handle cold weather anymore.
Definitely
I can't. I mean, long days of club softball, being out in 40 degrees and cold, wintry, windy weather.
No.
It crushes the soul and my body completely. Jane Herrera playing some good defense down the blocks. Shot is off the mark. Rebounded by DiPuccio, works her way out of the block. How about Mia with the handles?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's like in this kind of contest, you get to see the Sentinels do so many different things. And you see Carmela running the point. You see Mia leading the break after getting the rebound on that defensive sequence. So there's a lot of skill sets that you usually don't see because of the roles on this team, with Sophie running the point and the bigs are down in the blocks. But you can see Mia can handle the basketball quite well. You can see Carmela Gallardo can easily play the point if needed.
Yeah.
A lot of skill set on this Seton team. Marcos inbounds. And we have a timeout on the floor. And the Sentinels coming over, catching a breather. So as we kind of look at the scoring column, Jane Herrera with 18, Carmela with 23, DiPuccio now working away. She's got 11. Lexi Walper with 7. Tracy Niza with 2. Caitlin Benally with 4. And I love the fact that Lexi Walper knocked down that 3. She had a good open look and let it fly and no hesitation. And that's the big thing about when you play offensive basketball for Karen Self. You cannot be afraid to take a shot. You get that look and you got to knock it down.
Yep.
Be decisive, and it's almost like you play for the Phoenix Suns. They want you to take open shots.
Yeah.
And tonight in their game against Indiana, Devin Booker was nuclear. 29 first quarter points.
Oh my goodness.
29.
Wow.
I believe that set a new Suns
Definitely
record
Suns.
I'm not sure what Booker finished with. We can check. And the Suns there are rolling right now. So Devin Booker had 62 points.
Oh, wow.
But they lost 133-131 at the Pacers. So this Suns team is really hard to figure out. Offensively, you know they can score a lot of points. My big thing, can they D up when it counts? Can they go in a 7-game series if they have to go to Denver? Can they win it, you know, playing a game 7 in Denver? And can they stay healthy? I just don't know. I mean, Beal, Booker, and Durant, it seems like someone's always on the ER chart every other game. And playoff time, there's no room for that. Carmella. Shot clock is off. Now it's Marcos going the other way. We got a running clock, so shot clock is no longer a factor. Melo in the backcourt. Great handles, whips it over. Lanigan to Carmella. DiPuccio will swing it out. Shot is no good on Niza there, and DiPuccio strong. So the Sentinels finish the third period up 68-16. And once again, we'll have a running clock here in the fourth. And keep it right here for the post-game coverage on a Super Friday night. Karen Self talking to her assistant. And Karen Self, once again, was a star basketball player at Arizona State. She spun the ball on her finger for us, and then she juggled 3 basketballs.
Yeah.
Effortlessly.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I can't.
It was like a circus act.
I can't juggle it all. I mean, Doc, I can do 2 balls on one hand, but I can't do 3. I can't.
No, that's crazy.
I mean, and she made it look easy.
Too easy.
Easy. Of course, Coach Self's husband, Rory's here, and her daughter's here as well, always taking in Friday Night Hoops. And for a lot of first-timers dialing us in on the Seton Catholic Sports Network, Adam Perry on the call, along with Paul Hutchinson, the live stream, yours truly, Joe Pequeno. Or as my friends call me back in New York, Joey. Some people call me Joey P.
Joey P.
Yeah. And as Joey from Friends would say, how you doing? DiPuccio down low, Benally, and that's just too easy.
That's bread and butter right there.
But, you know, that's part of the chemistry they have on the court. I mean, the bigs to really know where the other is and being able to feed on the move is just what makes this Seton team so special. Benally, a senior this year, on her way to play college basketball at Fort Lewis. And her grandfather's here from New Mexico. He made the ride over, and a big fan of ours. And if we get a shot, you can see him in the middle of the stands. And we'll see if we can potentially make that happen, because Paulo can make anything happen in the course of a telecast.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
Lexi Walper slowing things up, and she'll dump it down to Benally. Benally will kick it out. Shot from the outside, and that one is in and out. Autumn Chapman will get another opportunity. Autumn Chapman doesn't get the roll. Sophia McDonald with a rebound. Benally. Autumn Chapman again. Yes!
Third time's the charm.
And you know what? We're going to talk to Autumn Chapman.
We've got the telecast dialed in on the man in the stands.
Yeah, and there he is right there in the gray shirt. That is Caitlin Benally's grandfather, who made the trek from New Mexico, and you know, he talks about how he watches the live stream all the time, and he's here to see his granddaughter. And And he, of course, he's so proud of, and as we all are, of Caitlin Benally.
Yeah.
You know, young lady, as she gets the steal coming up the floor. You can see her. She can handle the basketball as well, right?
Very well.
And she's on her way to Fort Lewis to play college basketball. That shot is up now. The emphasis to get Sophia McDonald in the scoring column as well. And that it goes out of bounds, and we do have a running clock situation. Sentinels up big, so Karen Self and her team taking care of business. Of course, they're back at it Monday, taking on St. Mary's. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Night. DiPuccio on the good feed from Benally. Corey Stevenson, the head coach of Mesa Community College, will be in the house joining us on the telecast that night. Shot is up, and that is knocked down. A good open jumper for the Padres. And you gotta love the effort and energy. They're still out there battling and putting up a fight. DiPuccio feeding Benally. Benally misses the bunny underneath. Abigail Cooper racing up that right side. Cooper picked up by Lexi Walper. Autumn Chapman and Sophia McDonald. And they're telling her to put it in full throttle. McDonald gets the basket.
Gets it.
And that whole bench explodes for Seton. How great is that? I mean, Doc, these are names on rosters we usually only see on a roster, and these young ladies are getting the opportunity tonight.
Yeah.
And McDonald will go to the line, and the only one missing in the scoring column is Esmeralda Lanigan. And there's 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. And how about the shot
And
by
one.
McDonald? Knocks it in. And Esmeralda needs to get in the scoring column. And that's why she's coming in right now. And the beautiful thing, as we saw in that sequence a short time ago, they kept feeding Autumn Chapman.
Yeah,
that,
why not?
That corner
Why
shot.
not? Absolutely.
That elbow, finally, she knocked it down. So we're going to have some great post-game coverage, and we're going to do it quickly. And we're going to talk to some of the young ladies who you don't really get to see often and hear from often. And that was a great pinpoint pass by Carmela. And, you know, you really, as you really watch Carmela's skill set, as Jaden now has 20 points, Carmela really is a gifted passer. You take for granted because of how good of a shooter she is, but she's out there firing away and running the offense really crisp. So we are closing in on 2 minutes left in this one. Sentinels, of course, no hangover after the tough loss last night to Mesquite, 40-37. New day, and that new day means go out and win the day, and the Sentinels have done just that.
Yeah.
And Doc, in the course of a season, that's really what it's all about. You're gonna have bumps and bruises, you're gonna lose a game.
Absolutely.
It's what you do the next day.
And there's nothing wrong with losing as long as you can take positives from it and build upon it.
And Esmeralda Lanigan
Just
knocks
like
it
that.
down. And everyone's in the scoring column.
Wow.
And this is a good one.
You don't see that often.
And this is just a fantastic display as Autumn Chapman will draw the contact, and it means so much to all these young kids. I mean, Esmeralda Lanigan, Autumn Chapman, Sophia McDonald, a junior, Chapman, a sophomore, Lanigan, a sophomore. These are kids that are going to come up and get an opportunity to play here very soon.
Yeah. The next generation of Sentinels, if you will.
Jaden Herrera is a senior. She's leaving. Caitlin Benally, a senior. Lexi Walper, a senior. So a lot of those younger kids you're seeing on the floor will get some opportunities, as the Sentinels are going to be moving, if I'm correct on this, they'll be moving to 3A next year. They'll be battling, of course, in that division, and they'll have a new era of athletics to play in, new competition, and the opportunity to compete. So those rivalries against Saguaro and some other teams. Jaden Herrera knocks them both down. Rodriguez foul the other way. 39.6 seconds left.
That's 23 points on the night for Jaden Herrera, and that is a wonderful mark to attain. And I'm assuming that's going to be her personal best in her high school playing career. We'll confirm that at some point, but I mean, that's great for her.
And we're going to talk to Jaden right after this contest. We're going to talk to Lexi Walper, some of the young kids that make it happen behind the scenes and shining on a Friday night here from John J. McMahon Gym. You know, it's funny when you watch Carmela and you see the way she handles the basketball. It just shows you that she can handle it, and Sophie can play off the ball. But it's like, do you even want to bother anyone else handling the basketball than Sophie Morales, right?
No, yeah, there's no need when she's on the court, of course. But it's good that, you know, they have that extra, you know, point guard in the bag if they need it.
Yeah. Loose ball, Marcos playing the final 15 seconds out. Getting called for the double dribble. 13.3 seconds left. A slew of Sentinels getting into the scoring column. A good night. Mella gets over to Autumn Chapman. Mad scramble on the court, and there's 1.5 seconds left.
Oh boy. Let's see what we get here. We'll play the last shot.
And that was the amount of time the Sentinels needed to knock off Mesquite. And that's going to do it. An 84-20 victory. And Carmela off the court wanting to shoot it so bad. And Doc, a good night for the Sentinels, and they started fast. 32-5 after one, 59-10 after two. Big win. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, just another night at the office for the Sentinels, and you know, they're going to take this one in stride and start to build with it. You know, trying to regain some of that momentum heading into the off season here. And down the final stretch, this is a great game for the Sentinels to have played.
So keep it locked and loaded right here. Sentinels now improving to 18-6, 7-1 in the Desert Sky. 2 games remaining. Post-game coverage coming up right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym. The Sentinels with a convincing 84-20 victory over Marcos Niza. Here with softball player turned basketball player Lexi Walper. And Lexi, what a fun night this one was. You got the start, 7 points. Your thoughts of this game and going out there and showing what you could do?
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you talk about being out on the floor. And what was it like knowing you had your number called? You're out there. A lot of people don't realize you put a lot of heart and effort into the practices. And to come out here and get the starting nod, what did that mean to you? And talk about playing here tonight.
I felt really good. I definitely knew that I wanted to make my teammates proud, especially the ones on the bench today injured, and fill their shoes with respect. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a little nerve-wracking. I don't usually play point guard, but it was a lot of fun. My teammates worked really well tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, your teammates worked exceptionally well. You knocked down a couple 2-point shots, and then walk me through the three-pointer from the outside. You got a good look, and what I loved about it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, look, if you're going to play offense for Karen Self, you got to be fearless, and when you get the opportunity to shoot, you got to shoot and not be afraid. And so walk us through, because it looked like you had your eyes locked in, and you showed no fear in your heart whatsoever.
Yeah, that shot I remember specifically. It felt like I had like 10 seconds where I was just holding onto the ball, and I was like, I felt like I could take 3 deep breaths, shoot the ball. It just, it felt nice. It was good.
Yeah, and what was it like tonight for the team to come back after, what was a very hard, difficult loss last night, a very physical game, and the loss to Mesquite 40-37, to put that aside and show no hangover and come back out here and get the victory?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was really beneficial to have kind of like a confidence boost after yesterday, just to get us moving into next week, Monday senior night. So like kind of getting that momentum going again, it was really good. Yeah,
you talk about senior night. You're going to be one of those seniors that's going to be, welcomed off, and then we'll see you, of course, over at the softball field at some point. And what is senior night going to mean for you, Lexi?
Honestly, it's going to mean appreciating this team that's really welcomed me in this year. Being like my first year on the team, I've just felt so much love, and I feel like I've known them for all 4 years, all the players and the coaches, and so it'll be really fun to appreciate that, and sadly have to leave, but yeah.
But still, a lot more basketball left to be played, and talk about, the opportunity, of course, at St. Mary's, then Arcadia, but most likely playoff games are going to be coming right here to John J. McMahon Gym for this squad.
For sure. It's really exciting.
Yeah, that is Lexi Walper, and of course, she's filling it out tonight very well, 7 points, and soon enough, she's going to be walking the aisle here on senior night on Monday as they take on St. Mary's. Lex, pleasure. Enjoy your Friday night. Please send Jaden Herrera over. And we're going to do the perfect assist as we do right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Keep it locked as Jaden Herrera about to step in. And we saw Lexi run the point. We'll see if Lexi can give the perfect assist. And here comes Jaden Herrera, who's going to come right in and roll right with it. Jaden Herrera steps in and makes it look easy. Not 5, not 10, not 15, not 20, 23 points on the night.
Ooh, I didn't even know I had 23 points.
Absolutely, I keep a running total. What was that like for you as Sophie Morales comes in and Reagan Gregston coming in as well? What was the night like for you tonight? Jaden got the start, and when you knew you were penciling the starting lineup, obviously, you had your game face on.
Yes, it was very fun. It was good getting up and down the court, but also handling business. So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you handle business well. I mean, I can't even stress how many point-blank looks you were underneath, and you went up strong. And what was your mindset tonight? Because you came out aggressive, and, you handled your business.
My mindset, just to get the job done, but also work hard, also not take this team lightly.
And you did just that. The team bounced back. And how nice was it to come back after, what was a tough loss on the road last night to Mesquite, to put that aside and come back and get back in the win column?
It feels good. It feels refreshing, good to reset your mind, having a good game like this.
Okay, Monday, special night, senior night. For you, you just went through it with your sister last year. Now it's going to be you.
Yes.
What do you think senior night's going to mean to you?
Very emotional, but also very, very fun. A lot of good memories. Very exciting.
Yeah. And will your sister Jordan be here?
Yes, she will.
Yes. And, during this telecast, I talked about Jordan and what a great kid your sister is. Just an
Yes.
amazing young lady. And I talked about the great cake she made
you were
last
gonna
year.
Say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Is she baking for you on Monday?
I can ask. I'll tell her that you requested a cake,
Okay.
a senior night cake.
If Jordan Herrera is going to be here, because no one knocks out the chocolate like JH, Jordan Herrera. Hey, great night for you, kiddo.
Thank you.
And I'll see you on Monday.
Thank
and see
you.
if Carmela, looks like Carmela's signing some autographs for the masses. If she can take a second to appease that young man and come over here and join us.
Thank
so
you.
we're gonna have the perfect assist. No, we're good. You can,
Oh.
we can roll. We're
Okay,
live stream.
thank you.
We just kind of roll with it. And Carmela can join us now. So we've heard from Lexi Walper, we've heard from Jane Herrera, and now Carmela Gallardo is going to join us. And Carmela's going to put the headset on, and you know, it's just it's the easy transition. And I have to know, you're talking to a nice young man over there. Is that your little brother by chance?
That's actually Mia's little brother.
Oh, okay. That's Mia DiPuccio's little
That's
brother.
Mia DiPuccio's brother.
And what's his name?
Alex.
Alex, say hello, buddy. Look at the camera,
here.
say hello. Come on.
Come here, Alex.
Alex, just waving the camera over
Look
there.
at the camera.
There you go. Alex DiPuccio making his debut right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network, right? Everyone gets involved. And Rebecca right over there, DiPuccio's over there.
Who knows?
Great job, young man. So, Carmela, talk about you and this team coming out fast, 15 first quarter points, and you got things going. And you know what? I was really impressed with you. Look,
Thank
I know
you.
how good of a scorer you are, but the way you handled the point tonight, you could play the one if you got forced into it. Tonight you did, and you made it
Thank
look
you.
effortless. Talk about running the point and, of course, 15 first quarter points as well.
Well, I usually don't play point, but I like kind of just trying new things. Not like new things, but like things I'm not really like used to during the season. And I was really happy with the team and how like everybody adjusted to me being point guard and everybody like going with it.
How great was this night? Because we saw so many young kids get in the scoring column. Sophia McDonald, Autumn Chapman, Esmeralda Lanigan. I mean, young ladies that don't get a lot of playing time in some cases, and they come out here, they get their opportunity along with Tracy, Niza, and score. And that whole bench is so excited for
Yeah.
them. And what was that like to see them get their moment in the sun?
I really enjoy like cheering them on and like just getting to see them like play and like doing really good, because they always cheer us on no matter what. Even if we're down or up, it doesn't matter. They're always cheering. So doing it for them just is really fun.
So the squad has turned the page on the loss last night to Mesquite. So now you're 18-6 overall, 7-1 in the Desert Sky. 2 games next week. St. Mary's Monday night, senior night. You're a senior.
I'm a junior.
I stand corrected. So thank you. That being said, so for your fellow seniors that are going to be departing, how special will that night be for them?
I think it's going to be really special. I'm sad to see them go because I've created a bond with them over the past 2 years, and they've done so much for me as I've came here and just helping me fit in with the team. So it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, and of course you have business to attend to next week as well. Talk about ending the Desert Sky conference play with a couple W's.
Yeah, I'm really excited to end the season off with a good couple dubs, and just excited to get into playoffs.
Yeah, and how intense are the playoffs? Jane Herrera clowning behind us. How intense are the playoffs, and how much does the focus of this team have to pick up even more?
Playoffs is really intense, especially for all of us, because we're all so into the game that we just want to do like everything right, and everything picks up. Like even at school, we're always locked in. Game day, before a game, we're locked in. And just during practice, it just gets 10 times harder, and just to amp up for playoffs.
And it's always something to look forward to, right? It's the best time of year.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did we learn in this interview? We learned that Mia DiPuccio has a little brother. We learned that Carmela is a junior, not a senior. And we learned that the playoffs are the most important part of the year for this team, right?
Yeah.
And this weekend, any big plans?
Not really, just basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Looking at tape and refocus and reharness
Yeah.
energy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, make sure Sophie stays off her feet.
Yeah.
Get Reagan healthy and come back full throttle on Monday. All right. That's Carmela Gallardo, the junior, by the way. 23 points on the night. And that's going to wrap up our coverage from John J. McMahon Gym. The Sentinels now 18-6, 7-1 in Desert Scott play with a big win, 84-20 over Marcos Niza. We'll see you back here Monday night from John J. McMahon Gym. That is the junior extraordinaire. She can score, she can run point, she can also probably, like the rest of us, sit on our couch and watch Netflix shows all weekend long. Paulo Hutchison on the live stream. Adam DiPuccio out there as well, roaming around somewhere. Adam Perry also joined us on the telecast. I'm Joe Pequena. We'll see you Monday night from John J. McMahon Gym. Take care and have a good weekend.